Ever since I was 11, I knew I wanted to be a bodybuilder, or you know,
from a magazine.
From a magazine. I liked the way that Frank Zane looked when I was 11 years old. I don't know what year that would have been. Probably in the 60s. But he looked, you know, he looked great, and that's what I wanted to look like.
Yeah.
She said that we were bad. She said that we were bad.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
This is Frederick. Frederick, and this is Tyler, our photographer.
Tyler? Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Tyler.
How you doing?
Amazing. I've seen your pictures. You're an absolute legend, eh? That's great. Seen a lot of awards over there. Yeah?
Yeah, I got about 20 trophies.
20 trophies.
Something like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, all around. Like you traveled when you were doing it. Yeah. What's your most memorable? There's 23. There's 23 of them, eh?
No, my most memorable one is the one he went and helped me in the first competition.
Really?
That was at 93, 4 maybe.
94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won the overall, and he won the
Mr. Mid-America.
Yeah.
Mid-America.
Oh, okay.
So he won his class, and then he won the overall too.
Yeah.
So it was
I gotta talk to him about that.
93, I placed second in my class, and 94 I went back and won the overall.
Yeah. So you've owned like, tell me about like yourself in fitness. Tell us a bit about like the whole thing from the start to end. A little quick summary.
Summary?
Yeah.
Could you? There's no. I just loved working out as a young fella.
Yeah.
And it just kind of blossomed into competing, and that's it.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah.
Well,
going to health club too for what, 20 plus years?
13 years.
It was 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, big athletic club, 20,000 square feet.
Wow.
It was good size.
That's kind of where I got my introduction into training.
Right.
So, and then a lot of the stuff that you see down here in the home gym came from that gym, and then he's added to over the years as well. Because when he kind of retired from that job, he brought a lot of it here, so at the house. That's where we came up with Iron House.
Iron House. What's your opinion on fitness today?
There's a lot more people doing it today. I don't think there's as many people doing bodybuilding competitively as they used to. But,
fitness industry is a lot more widely accepted, and then back in his day, probably you were like looked at kind of funny if you worked out because it was like work.
But there was a lot more people getting into bodybuilding competitions. I mean, there were hundreds of people into the shows back then. Yeah. Now I don't think there's that many.
There's still quite a bit actually, but it's maybe not as widely.
It's more into the fitness.
Yeah, fitness and IG, and obviously YouTube has become very popular as well. So.
Right. What would you recommend people do to be successful in the fitness industry?
Wow.
It's a difficult question.
It is, yeah. That one thing at the top of your head.
Do something that you like. If you do something you like, you'll stay with it.
Right.
Whether it be swimming, weightlifting, biking, whatever it is, if you enjoy to do it, you'll stay with it. And that's probably the best thing I can say about
consistency, eh?
Yeah.
Consistency.
Is everything.
I think the other thing too I would add to that, and he probably would agree with me, is majority of your results have to do with your nutrition and your rest and sleep, as opposed to the training. The training's the fun part, like we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
But nutrition and rest and all that play a major role in your overall physique, and people don't realize, I think, how important nutrition is on it. So.
Well, for 63, you look amazing.
Right.
What's your secret?
good eating, good supplements, and consistent working out. I've been since I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So I've been working out for almost 50 years.
It's pretty much got you where you're at, right? Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess that's it. I don't miss too many workouts. I only work out 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah.
But I don't miss them.
You don't miss them?
I don't miss
And
them.
he works, like, on average work week is what, 60 hours at minimum?
No, a little more than that.
Yeah,
And you're still doing it. There you go.
And then still works out.
There you go.
Still works out.
That's what
everybody comes here. All my training partners come here to work out with me.
Oh yeah?
So,
You
got training partners, eh?
Couple,
I think I might have to come and film that.
Yeah, that would be
as well, right?
Would be a bad. They'd
With your
love that.
Huh? Right?
They would love that.
No, are those guys like?
He's got a twin brother and then 2 other guys that work out with him.
Okay,
so
they competed too?
No, none of them.
Keith competed back in the day.
Keith did. He won Master Mid-America. We went into the same show, and he won the Masters, and I won the Oval.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there's then the
He's
other
a little bit older than me. He's 70 now.
Right. Double black belt.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He's a double black belt. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with him. He's not only just pretty strong, but he has all these like Steven Seagal moves that would like break your arm like that.
Oh, Steven Seagal's where you're at, eh?
Yeah.
Used to be,
eh? Used to be,
yeah.
I'm more of a Bloodsport fan. What's his name? Van Damme?
Van Damme, yeah.
That's good. I liked him too.
Yeah.
That's good.
They don't make the action movies like that back
I know,
anymore.
I wish they did.
Hey?
Like, you had the Rambos, and you had all those.
Rambo, these are like fit guys.
Fit guys.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
they just don't do it. I don't know.
I did like when they did the what was that name of that one that had all of them in it?
What was, I know that what you're talking about. No, it's relatively new and it has everybody
in it.
What is it called?
Expendables. There you go.
Yeah,
like I said, that was like a throwback to a lot of the people we used to watch back in the day.
They all look good for timers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, that's good. I'd like to interview some more, maybe upstairs.
Yeah. We got an epic cheat meal coming up. We just ordered Little Caesars.
There you go.
We've been waiting months for that. So.
I had that last night.
Yeah. And like I said, there you go. That's a shot.
Get some more over there.
When I used to train really heavy, I used to do a lot more stuff like that. You know, try to get,
Yeah.
I just kind of, I'm just trying to train to keep what I have and not lose too much, you know.
So tell us, let's go back to the 90s. You were competing in the 90s, late 80s?
80s and 90s, yeah, 90.
Mid-90s was his heyday. That was like when he was really...
Mid-95.
Yeah, 92 to 96 maybe?
Yeah.
He was like Dorian Yates, Lee Priest.
Yates was big back then.
Yates was probably, that was right before Ronnie Coleman came on the scene. And then Ronnie started beating him and kind of took over for about 8 years, I believe.
Okay, so let's backtrack to supplements. So back then it was ephedrine, ECA stacks.
Protein, they did like liquid protein, didn't you?
Yeah, protein.
What were you doing? Creatine was big back then too.
Liquid was way back in the 70s.
Okay. You did way back then. I would think like way.
Yeah, whey proteins was there.
Creatine.
They
didn't have the pre-workout, so like
animal protein back.
Yeah, and then the animal packs were big. The vitamin packs.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else I used to use back then that he would have used too. But those were like the main supplements. Like you had like the lifter packs. Beverly Internationals was
liver.
Big. Their liver pills. What else you did?
Big.
Liver and mass, I think it was. Their aminos.
Aminos, yeah.
Yeah, and then he did like carnitine. They had like this one called
carnitine. Yeah.
Quad carn. It was like a test.
L-carnitine.
Yeah, it was like a test carnitine with a fat burner.
Yeah.
I used that to lean out my last couple of shows.
But yeah. I know he was big. You were like, cause you were on their workout plans too.
Yeah,
like, he was big with Beverly. Yeah.
Yeah, Beverly was my main company back then. So.
Well, it sparked my interest because with your knowledge from back then, people don't realize what you guys did back then.
Yeah, the subs were not nearly intense.
There was no. It's not the fitness industry wasn't.
No.
It was. pretty much underground.
It was raw.
It was raw,
very raw,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, the look, the V taper is coming back. The smaller stomachs are coming back to style. Everyone
wants to do more like aesthetic, and what's the word they use, like that physique, not necessarily bodybuilding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's the one that Sadiq is in, like classic physique and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just big shoulders and big arms is not going no more.
That one, yeah. Well, no,
that's what it is right now.
That's what it is right now. But I think these, like what they call them, like the guts that guys have from like the growth hormone and the insulin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of like, just distorted looking a little bit. They almost look like, I don't know, like cartoons a little bit. Yes. Versus like the Frank Zanes back in the day, and trying to think of more.
Actually, that's when I got started. I was 11 years old, and I went to a friend's house, and his dad had a Muscle and Fitness magazine, and Frank Zane was on the cover, and I told my buddy, Paul Hansen was his name. I was 11. That's when I was pitching. I was a pitcher when I was 11 years old, and he was my catcher. When I was 11 years old, and I told him back then, I want to look like that someday, and he thought I was. He said, well, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what it inspired me to. So ever since I was 11, I knew I wanted to be a bodybuilder, or
from a magazine.
From a magazine. I like the way that Frank Zane looked when I was 11 years old. I don't know what year that would have been. Probably in the 60s. But he looked, he looked great, and that's what I wanted to look like. So
magazines were big. That was if you're talking about social media back then, that was
social media.
That's how everybody learned things, you know.
How did you so it's easier to get your protein intake, like you throw like 4 scoops and then you're almost there, and you eat some steak and then you're there. Right. So with the how did you get your protein intake back in the day? Well, you're talking about like 200 plus grams a day. Yeah. At least, right?
Yeah, I would eat chicken and in the breakfast I'd have, like, now I've been doing this for forever.
Yeah.
On my way to work I drink a protein drink. On my way to work, and then after a workout I drink a protein, or but I carried my lunch everywhere I went back when I was competing.
Yeah.
So I would have 5, 6, 7 meals in my lunch bag, and if there
all
was
in Tupperware,
I had Tupperware. Everybody used to say it was crazy because every 3 hours I'd be eating something. So
fish,
that's
chicken.
how I did. Yeah,
Tupperware. That's the real meal prep. People think they're meal prepping nowadays.
Yeah. It's not. Back then it was like you actually had to. Yeah. Nowadays it's so easy. Like I go to Giant Eagle, which is our grocery store, and I buy pre-made chicken breasts that are right. I just go up the counter and we give me like 6 of those. They're already made. I can just heat them up.
Oh, really?
And then you got rice bags or broccoli bags that all I do is throw them in the microwave for 4 minutes, and boom, that's 2 meals right there. Yeah. Like as far as like a side or whatnot. So it's so much easier than like used to be. Like you'd have to cook all day and have all this stuff basically in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So it's got
a big fridge.
Yep.
Got a lot more.
I used to eat a lot of eggs for breakfast.
And eggs and oatmeal.
And oatmeal. Yeah.
Wow.
I would have 1 yolk for 4 egg whites. That's how I.
One milk and 4 egg whites.
I eat all the eggs.
1 yolk and 4 egg whites. That's how I would do it, and then have oatmeal, and that's one of my ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of switch. You just got to switch it up and down, around, because it gets very
bland. Yeah.
And that it's surviving that blah time.
Mm-hmm. That's usually when, in all honesty, you separate the people who are going to make it and the people that don't. It's a lot of it's in those times whenever like everyone's like going out drinking or going out binge eating. And when I say binge eating, I'm just having cheat meals or whatever. But they're at having, like we're doing today, pizza. If you're competing for or getting ready for a show or getting ready for a photo shoot, those are the moments where you're like tempted to eat that or whatever, or late nights and you're like laying and watching TV and you're like, oh, I'd love some ice cream right now. Granted, there are healthier options now with Halo and Arctic Zero and stuff like that weren't there before. But back in the day, it was Breyers and Haagen-Dazs, and Klondike bars were always like a temptation, so to speak. I mean, your results, like we talked about earlier, are 80% diet, and rest. 20 to 30% of it you could say is the training.
Yeah.
I know when I was doing my personal training though, back in the day, I used to
Vitality. That Blue Star.
Canadian brand.
The Canadian brand. Yeah, exactly. It's Canadian brand too.
So, gotta rep Canada, baby.
Don't take it from us. Canada. Why don't you go visit the store?
Yeah. Go.
Tell them we sent you. We dared you.
Systems. Right now.
Right now.
Do it.
I dare you. Do it.